Well, I'm making this video to see if I can clarify all these flags, the people running around on cars and automobiles and even including in their houses. And I see also this in protest and the protest like the assault of the United States of America Capitol and so on. Basically, what is happening is the people are utilizing these symbols that do not belong to them, and they have no idea what the symbology is. A flag is a symbol. It's a communication device. That's what it's intended to be. And these flags that I'm showing you are just that, a communication device. And in some of these flags, we are not even sure if they actually flew or not. In my opinion, they were personal flags. They were no flags of a division because all these people in the Texas Revolution, it was nothing but a gang. It was not an army. It was a gang members. Today we're trying to show they were an organized army, but they were not. So I'm going to give you example of the first one. The first one that I have on this list that I received from the Battle of San Jacinto monument. It was a fellow there lowering the flags, and I tried to see if he knew what he was doing. If he knew the significance of these flags, and maybe he can explain to me what is happening. Of course, he failed, so he gave me this. He said, "No, you can go and read this." So that is what I'm doing right now. I am reading the literature that was given to me. So let me give you a little perspective first. Let me show you this right here. Let me show you what the battlefield was about. Let me see if I can get it in the camera. Of course, they got rules for photography over there. And I don't know the rules. So I didn't know why to break the rules. So I didn't took that many photos. So I'm taking photos of the literature they give me. But the very first indication of this is created to condition the people is actually the map of the battlefield. So now let me show you what I'm talking about. If you notice right here on the top, you can read the name. That is the Buffalo Bayou. That is the San Jacinto River. Let me see if I can back out some. Anyway, look. They are calling the Tejanos Texians or Texian camp. That is completely erroneous. These people see themselves as Tejanos. Remember, all of them were Mexicans. This was nothing to do with the United States of America. So now check out on the other side, on the opposite side, Santa Ana side. They call it the Mexican camp. The Mexican camp. So that implies that a map or these names imply the Mexicans are completely different than the Tejanos. The reality is they were the same people. These people were fighting among themselves. It was a civil war. It was a war trying to force Santa Ana into a federalism control of the states. Remember, Mexico is a United States. It's a republic, a United States. The same is the United States of America. It's the United States of Mexico. What Santa Anna wanted to do was to centralize the power in Mexico City. And these guys did not want that. They want to separate themselves and control themselves. Now, I cannot tell you if this was a strategy was devised by the people of Mexico or the people from the United States of Mexico or the English, because I'm going to show you something very significant. That is one of the flags that they attribute that someone flew on a bottle, but they don't know for sure. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about the English. That flag. I don't know if I am in focus or not. Hopefully I am. But if you see, that flag has a jack in it. And that jack is the symbol of the British Empire, the United Kingdom. And remember, the United Kingdom has different flags superimposed over one another, and that is how they turn that color. Basically, this flag flew an English symbol in the American continent. And that is what I am afraid that is happening right now, is that the English are trying to destabilize us, destabilize the American continent, and keep us destabilized so they can take control of our minds, our ideas, and they can manipulate our population into their benefit. And you see that happening in World War I and World War II, and you see that happening right now. You see where the United States of America information technologies are showing more of England, they're giving more time to condition the population, our population, about the English crown, the English oligarchy, about the Mountbatten death, about the Mountbatten running around California with Mackler, the movie star. And you see all this sublime movement of the English language moving into our nation. You see Hollywood is completely taking over by the English, but completely. We no longer make movies. And you see CNN and ABC and all these people being repeaters, being replaced. They are replacing our workers, our United States of America repeaters. So now there is a conflict because you receive the world via information technologies. You are not talking to me every single day. And I can tell you, hey, listen, these people are conditioning your mind. Analyze what is happening. No, you have no way to have an organized and truth to our history counteract to that English idea, English language. So that flag, to me, my opinion, is the beginning of actually on the ground English dividing us, dividing the United States of Mexico and dividing the United States of America. It's like a strategy. So now I'm going to give you the original flag. and that is the flag of Gonzales. And now this is Gonzales, Texas, not Gonzales, United States of America. Remember, these people were fighting in Mexico, in the United States of Mexico, in the Mexican Republic. These have nothing to do with the United States of America. So now I'm going to show you another flag. I think I already showed you that one. That is the flag they attribute to somebody. I have no idea. I haven't even read that because I studied that when I was a child in my primary school in Havana, Cuba. And back then they show us the difference in between the flag of Texas and the Cuban flag, because they are one and the same. They were designed because the Cubans supported the Tejanos. So they basically decided, hey, wait a minute, why don't we have the symbols pretty much similar? So to the Yara flag, the flag the Cubans, well, not the Cubans, the Spaniards utilize as a symbol to separate themselves from the Kingdom of Spain and call that a new country or a new republic. The Republic of Cuba was the same or pretty close to the Texan Republic, the symbol war, because they were the same people. Some of these people came out here from the island of Cuba and vice versa. So now this flag that I'm showing you right now is the 1824 flag, and this flag actually show you very clearly that this was nothing about the United States of America. Now, this flag, not really know about it. Actually, I don't know that much about any of the flag, except this one. That one, I know all about that one. And the reason is that flag is still being displayed. And it is displayed in the House of Representatives of the state of Texas. Today, you can go out there and look it up. And it's basically a half-naked woman with a sword and something hanging out on the end of it. And it looks like back then the French revolutionary photos, you know, or painting. So it's like an imitation of that. And that is kind of unusual, because when the Battle of San Jacinto was won, was ended, if you will, because it was like a two gang fights on the street. You know, it was like, I mean, this was not a battle like World War I or World War II or Napoleonic or Civil War in the United States of America. No, this was a bunch of people out there fighting one another, like a street gang fight. And it lasted like 10 minutes or something. It was like 600 something people dead and everybody running for their life. But what happened next is what struck me to this flag, because it shows like a French revolutionary flag. Like they wanted to do exactly that. They wanted to overthrow the government. But that was not the reality, because this is what happened next. The United States of America intervened. They got inside Texas, and about a month later or a few weeks later, I really don't know. So they actually came down to this area of what today we call Houston, and they wanted the execution of Santa Anna. They want to kill Santa Anna and everybody related with Santa Anna, and their rationale was Santa Anna called them pirates, and Santa Anna issue orders of killing everybody, like he did in in San Anton and Goliath and so on. But Mr. David Governor Burnett say exactly this: we are no Frenchmen. We do not want something like the French Revolution. Basically, the French Revolution, their idea is, if you are not with us, you're going to be dead. And Mr. Burnett, or Mr. David Governor Burnett, the first governor of the state of Texas, of the Republic of Texas. Remember, this guy was a Mexican. He was not from the United States of America. As a matter of fact, that he was born in the 1770-somethings up north in one of the, I think it was New Jersey. And New Jersey, remember, at this time was not yet a part of the United States of America. They were fighting to become a United States of America. So this Mr. Burnett, or David Governor Burnett, actually came down south and went into the American continent, doing exactly what they were doing in the 13 colonies of the United States of America. They came down to start uniting the America, uniting the entire continent. So he was hanging out with Simon Bolivar and all the fellows and characters all around the United States of America, the entire continent. That was where they were creating. And that flag that I showed you earlier with they call it the Austin national flag. In my opinion, I've never seen the flag anywhere, any history book that I have read. But now I just see it right here on this monument with the symbol of the English, basically saying the English were here and we are English. That is what the flag was saying, or symbolizing. So if you see Mr. Burnett and the rest of them were trying to make a United States of America, and the English was trying to divide us, to break us apart, to destabilize us, so they can control our minds and they can control our ability to buy from them, to buy whatever they're selling us. Like they sold us World War I, World War II, they sold us Korea, and they sold, to this day, they're still selling us. And they are dividing the Europeans. They exit the European Union. So all those flags, that flag that you're looking at right now, is the only flag that I really know about that is valid. They were flown in a battlefield. And today is at the House of Representatives, or pieces of it. So you can go out there and see it. This flag right here, the bloody arm, I have never seen that flag before, right? And they attribute this to Mr. Philips Dmitriev. It sounds like a Russian. He probably was, but remember, sound like Russian because he was in Mexico during the wars in the Crimea and the Russians being in Alaska. Remember, the Russians were here in the American continent. You know, the Russians are two Americans, like the continent, not the United States of America, but they are Americans. There is a few islands, of Russian islands. They are actually in the American continent, near Alaska. And at this point, you see names like Dmitriev, and you see all these European names, but they are not to be confused with the names of the citizens of the United States of America. These people were not United States of America nationals. They were Mexican nationals. So now you see all these flags. So let me show you. All these conflicts. All these conflicts. Let me show you. That's the Texian cavalry. The Texian cavalry. There is no such a thing as a Texian cavalry. And the Mexican canon, all of them were Mexicans. All of them belonged to the same nation, to the same republic. And they were not called Texians. They were called Tejanos. Tejanos from Texas. Texas is the correct name of what today we call Texas. That is a creation after this happened. This is a creation to detach Mexico from the United States of America, to detach Mexico from the state of Texas. As you see, it's a strategy. It's no reality. It's a strategy. And if you accept it, that is what you become. You can go out there and, put your belt buckle and put your cowboy hat and run around telling everyone that you're from Texas and the Texas independence and all this crap. You are a Mexican. That is the reality. Your roots are Mexican. You are more Mexican than you ever be Anglo-Saxon, an Englishman. So analyze the discrepancy in what they selling you in these museums and these monuments. They selling you a lie. They selling you a division. So that way you see the Mexicans are the enemy, but they're not your enemy. They are actually your family. So analyze all these symbols and learn them. And I'm sorry that I don't have a better solution to put all my stuff on camera, but at least it does give you a starting point where to start learning your true identity. You are not a color code. You are not from another part of this planet. You are not a person from Mars. You are only a United States of America national. And the United States of America was created and founded by people struggling from this continent, not from Europe. We were fighting the English, the Europeans who helped us to create this nation, are today suppressed. But that is the reality. The reality is this country was created by the Spaniards, by the gunpowder and the shots and the cannons of the Spaniards, and by the frigates and corvettes and ship of the line of the French. That is why today we exist. And anything other than that is a lie. That is what you really are. And if somebody call you a Frenchman and don't worry about it, hey, make sure you stop them and say, listen, do not negate who give you the opportunity to sit up there and tell me who I am. You just tell them, I am who I am. I am a United States of America national. And I will defend that. And I will defend what they created. And they created a guideline that is called the Constitution of the United States of America. And that even include people that we acquire along the way, like los Tejanos. Saludos.